Good afternoon. It's your boy, Regular Dad. I've been off for 5 years. I haven't made videos, but I've been getting asked about making financial videos. I'm going to resubmit my introduction videos and stuff like that and show you guys what my channel is based on. And you can subscribe and follow. And the more of you that I see that actually subscribe and follow, the more videos that I'll make. So I think today I'm going to start. I talked about savings versus credit before. And I think I did a video as well on having adult children and setting them up. And really like having and using credit for your advantage in life. So today I'm going to talk about the advantage of becoming a Facebook marketplace guru. You can save a lot of money buying things that you have that you're not going to use primarily, like because you have items that you'll get that are just kind of part of your summertime stuff you do, or sometimes you're looking for a car. I actually bought my wife's 4Runner off of Facebook Marketplace in Hawaii. That was the first thing I bought over there. I buy a lot of stuff off Facebook Marketplace. But you have to understand how it works and how you're going to make it work. So you got to research values. So you're going to look stuff up, and I do about a 200 mile search in my area, right? And it's going to give you what things are costing in your area. But if you notice, don't let your mind get hooked on the fact that, oh yeah, well, I'm seeing these items go for, let's call it $500, right? You're seeing a $500 price, but guess what? You're not noticing. They're all in Pasco. They're all on the eastern part of Washington. So $500 isn't your reality, right? $500 is the normal deal you get if you go over there. So if we were to travel for one, then we understand that's what that area is. But what is it in your area? So if it's $700 in your area, right, and you're working out and figuring out what good deals and what, but you have to understand what a value is, right? So now you're like, well, it's $700 in my area. If I want to travel down to Portland, it might be $500 or $600, or it might be more. So it'd be pointless to go down there. So figure out what your actual target price you're going to get are. The best part that I do, here's a little trick for the trade. You're also going to want to go and you're going to want to buy stuff from your higher class, richer areas like your Gig Harbor, your Bainbridge Island, stuff like that, because they also tend to have stuff that has less use. And a lot of people that have a lot of money in their pocket, they don't really focus on what things cost, right? They're like, I think I paid like $2,000 for it. So a lot of times they're selling stuff just to get rid of it and throwing it. And that's why sometimes they'll be way high too. You're like, whoa, you're trying to get $300 for a used speaker. They're $300 brand new. But that's just because that guy doesn't even remember what he paid and he thinks that's about right? And then you figure out like what your prices are, and now you know your target area, right? So if you can get one in West Bremerton for $200, but you can get one in Bainbridge Island for $220, I'm gonna go get the Bainbridge Island one every single time. Because a lot of times people that have money, they buy stuff with the plan on using it, and then they don't use it, and then they're just getting rid of it, And so by doing that, you're going to get a better quality product, and you also a lot of times can negotiate them down to your 200 anyways, and not have to try. You have to do a little bit of driving, but then you get an almost brand new version when you might get one that has a lot more use out of it. I usually qualify, and so pictures nowadays, right? Like we all got these ultra high def telephones that take wonderful videos and photos, and we've all seen it where we have an old something that we take a picture of and like, wow, that old truck looks great we got here, right? Like that's a common thing with a lot of stuff. So you qualify them. You're gonna ask them like, so what was this? Was this your, say we're looking for a work truck or whatever, okay? Like, so this was your husband's work truck that he used, and then it'd be like, oh yeah, my husband drove it to Boeing and commuted in it, and that was how he got back and forth from here to Boeing for 8 years, so that's why it's got 120 something thousand miles on it, right? Or 160 or whatever, right? And that's not bad. That's highway miles, unloads. Or you find like, oh yeah, for 4 years my husband ran a hauling business and he hauled rock and did like recycling, like, and he worked it, for like 6 years, right? Like, what are we going to go for? What are we looking for, right? They might even look the same because if they're kept in good condition, you really don't know. But everything has been worked way harder, right? So you're going to know which one you're actually going to want to figure out. And it's no problem with that. Like, you can ask, like, even looking for like furniture. Like, what was this? Was this your main furniture? And oh, you got a bunch of kids too? Like, yeah, I had 5 kids and this was our main living room sectional couch. Or if it's oh no, we don't have any kids and it was our sitting room sectional we had, and like it was only sat on like twice. And it's the same price, but like we're guaranteeing our product, right? Because we want to get the best product we can at the best price that we can as well. So also, you don't blind negotiate. Don't just say, I'll give you $60 for it. You have no idea, right? But the only time you can do that is like, say we go to look it up and we find we're looking for an Instapot in Bremerton, right? And they're normally like $150, but there's a bunch of them for like $75 in your area. You found 4 in Silverdale and 3 in Bremerton, and you just want to throw one out there real quick, throw a blind, I'll throw you $30 for that one that you got there, right? And they're also in Bremerton, because if they tell you to pack sand and get lost, right, and then stop even talking to you, it doesn't matter because you have another one to do. But you don't want to miss out on something you're getting and working a deal on and figuring stuff out, and then throw something like that and then have yourself completely out of it, because sometimes there's multiple people messaging and then you just get lost in the sauce. You're like, oh, never mind, I won't need the 30. I would be okay with paying you 50. Well, they don't even see that. And then now it's gone. So only do that kind of blind stuff, that low bidding on items where you have a ton of things that are in there. So once we know what our market is for what we're looking for, give yourself a range. Like, I'm going from this size or this year to this year in my area from here to here. And this is about what we got, but then you also know of what you have that's around you. Like, oh, within 100 miles though, if I just scoot out to like Marysville or whatever, like North Seattle, then I end up having a cheaper setup, and I can go with that. I can utilize that, and I'll go and get my used tires out in Marysville, because come to find out, like, they're half the prices here. So as long as I can find 1 or 2, I don't have to like try and underbid or, and you definitely got to be careful though with your trying to lowball people, because when you lowball them, they just push you out. So a lot of times, if you find out what a good deal is, stick close to what that price is, because you already know it's a good deal. We already know that most of them go for $400. So if they're offering it for $320, throw out the $320. You don't got to be like, oh, I'll throw you $280 just to get an amazing deal, because again, you get pushed out and then now you won't make that deal. And it was a good deal right when you saw it, the first minute you saw it, especially if it's new to the market. So when it's new to the market and it's priced good and it's close, throw them what they want. Boom, get it done. Boom, bang, bam, we're out of there. It took us 25 minutes. We found someplace, we're in the truck, we want to pick up what we want. We got it at a great deal and it's not even far away. Deal done. Now you're not searching and searching and searching like I should have took that very first one. But doing those things and using Facebook and utilizing it to get your things that you need are ways that you save money. Also, we are going to pay cash with those things, right? Because we saved for them before we went. So we're not paying interest rates on our credit card for them. So we save up $250, and instead of spending $550 plus taxes and then the interest on that and it costing us $800, we got the same generator for $225 from some guy on Bainbridge that had it just in case, and we double checked and asked him how much he used it, and the power went out one time. So we even got a couple bucks to do an oil change and get it dialed in and ready to go for the season if we want, right? Everybody you go, you always make them. If you have a product that you're going to get, you have to make them show you that it works, whatever it is. Because you don't want to get home because it's too late. Once it's gone and you're there and it's all bets are off, because he doesn't know what you did with it or she doesn't know what you did with it. So make sure it works and boom, you're good to go. And that's how you save yourself a ton of money, especially on those things that you're not even sure you're going to use a whole bunch. Like your mixers and your Instapots and your generators and, like your other stuff, like you want to make sure you do your homework and get good stuff, like your lawnmower that you're going to use all the time, right? That's one thing, but there's plenty of things that we're not going to use a ton. So we could save ourselves some money. And then when we want to get rid of them, we have no problem selling them for what we got, because that's the real deal of the game. I'll buy things, I'll keep it 5 years and I'll sell it, and I'll sell it sometimes for more. But I always at least get my money back. So I'm just getting items for free just by holding my money in its value for 3 or 4 years, and I'll get it, and then I'll move on and find me something else. So I have no loss at all, right? Be out there, get your shop on. Regular Dad here, checking out. Make sure you follow me, like and subscribe. See you again.